KFM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you can plan barbecues and weddings, you can plan to protect yourself from a natural disaster. Sign up for local alerts, prepare an emergency kit, and make a family communications plan. Get started at ready.gov/plan.
Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, so welcome into the Fitness Fanatics. It is Sunday, November 12th. I want to start off the show with a big shout out to all the veterans out there listening. Happy Veterans Day yesterday, and I guess it was observed on Friday also. So big thanks to everybody that has served the country. We appreciate you so much. So if you're listening out there, again, big thanks. There is a Veterans Day parade today that starts at 2:00 down at Lincoln High. And I think they're just, the parade goes down to the Capitol. I'm not exactly sure the exact route, but I do know that our son will be there marching.
Do you got any veterans in your family at all?
Yeah, we do. Like my dad was a veteran, and I mean,
grandparents, uncles, cousins.
Yeah.
So,
Yes. Got to shout them out.
lots.
yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm on Green brought up that a
Lots.
good point too. Because Ken Warnock did something really awesome Thursday. If you're a veteran, service your car for free. I think he did
I
something
heard
like
that. Yeah.
27, 28. Really cool. Did that for free for that many veterans.
Mhm.
But I'm on talking about too. He's like, if those people are in your family, it's going to look different for everyone. Because a lot of them, they got a lot of pride,
Right.
especially being a veteran. And guys
Right.
too, in particular, for whatever reason, they're not going to always say anything. So definitely good if you know them. Just shout them out. You don't have to give them a letdown. Are you okay? But just be there. Just let them know you're around and you care about them. That's really as simple as it is, I think.
Well, and it should be like that all year round, right?
True. Yeah.
That's
So
the sad part.
sometimes
Yeah.
we forget for 355 days, and it's like, oh, we better show our support to the veterans.
Yeah.
So we appreciate them. Happy Veterans Day yesterday. If you're out and about downtown, again, Veterans Day parade starting at Lincoln High. Nicole and I will be out there watching the parade and seeing our son. Now, it's funny, our son is marching for East Band. And
What does he play again?
he plays the trumpet.
Well, he
Okay,
also
nice.
plays the trombone too. He just took up a second
Just learning
instrument.
Yeah, so he's following after in my footsteps, as I was a trombone player for 7 years.
Nice.
So I busted that thing
Not
out.
marching band. He's doing brass choir for trombone.
I busted that trombone out, played a few notes. Nicole's like, "Can you read music?" But no, that part of my mind is gone as far as reading music back when I was in high school 27 years ago. Or 27 years
I don't think
ago.
I could read sheet music anymore. It's been a while. So I
Yeah.
played trombone too, but there's no way I could do it anymore.
Well,
Trombone.
and at a certain point, especially when you play like marching band and stuff, you're not even reading the music. It's you're memorized.
Yeah,
It's
you have it
memorized.
memorized,
So it's not the
yes.
same necessarily as like piano playing where you can just sit down and play a song because it's repetition. It's just memorized by then.
Yeah, so if you're out and about now, Ben was talking about trying to sneak his phone into the sheet music so he could watch the Ravens game on YouTube
You have got a true sicko on your hand.
during the parade, and we're like, "No, Ben, you're not gonna have your
It's
phone.
gonna cause a pileup
Right.
or something.
Oh.
So
You're not
if you
gonna
hear that, that's
You're not
probably
gonna have
Ben.
your phone in
Do you
your
smile as
sheet
a father
music.
when your kids like that?
The
You're like,
monster
ah,
that he's
that's
created.
That's my son. I raised him.
Good.
Raised him right.
He's kind of bummed that he's gonna miss because they're playing the Browns. But I was like, well, 2 years ago you marched and missed a game, and the Ravens won.
This is
So-
a big game for him, though.
It
I
is.
know,
Because the
Big game.
Ravens have had the Browns
next
number,
two.
but if there's a defense that's rigid enough to kind of slow MVP, favorite in my eyes right now, Lamar Jackson, the Browns are going to be a team. So if I would be trying everything I could to watch this game too.
What
if I
time's
was
the
him.
game start?
Starts at noon.
Okay, so he will be able to watch a good portion of it because he has it's on YouTube, so he'll be able to watch it on his phone. He has to be at school at noon, but he'll be able to watch it before. He'll be able to watch it after they get done marching. So it's not like before where he was on the bus on the way home when he found out the Ravens won 2 years ago, or it's a big play or something.
Yeah, last 2
He'll
years
see
ago,
it. He'll still see it.
I
It's fine.
FaceTimed him,
Mhm.
and so they were playing the Vikings and they won in overtime. So I FaceTimed the game-winning field goal. So he watched the game-winning field goals. Now technology, 2 years later, he can just watch it on YouTube on his phone. So
Yeah, it's fine.
So again, Veterans Day Parade, 2:00 downtown, starting at Lincoln High. Nicole and I would be out there. Also want to give a shout out to Nicole, who did her virtual half marathon on the treadmill on Tuesday.
Yes.
So she will get her nice shiny medal. I did nothing.
You still have like 2 days to get it in.
Probably not happening. So she did it. I didn't. Sometimes it's okay to just admit when you failed, right? So I failed at this half
You
marathon.
didn't fail. You didn't even try. So I feel like there's a difference.
I trained a little bit and then just got derailed.
So I did.
But you did it.
I decided to try to do it on the treadmill just as an extra challenge because that's difficult to do. But I started early enough. I did it on Tuesday. Started about 7:30 in the morning. So I knew if I just got to my wits end on the treadmill, I could just pivot and go outside and finish it.
Go run for a couple miles.
Yeah. But I didn't, and I stuck with it. And actually, it wasn't that bad. It was kind of nice to be able to like control my environment a little bit. Took me 2 hours and 20 minutes. I was a little worried about my treadmill because it's real old, but it was a trooper.
Mhm.
Although between miles 9 and 10, it did malfunction. And the time reset, I was freaking out.
Oh, no.
I know, but it kept the mileage, which was what was more important. So I still knew where I was mileage wise. And then I just had to use my heart rate monitor to kind of estimate the time.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You don't have to, I wasn't breaking a world record or anything. So Havsy was fine with my self-reported time, but I did it.
Got that done and I did not. So kudos to you.
I probably will never do a treadmill half marathon again, but I'm glad I was able to say that I did it.
With the treadmill that you did was you could have your water there. You could have everything you need.
I watched
right
YouTube.
There. Yeah. You didn't have to carry, you didn't have to run with anything or stop.
But I did stay on
breaks.
the treadmill the whole time. I did it the whole time. I stayed on it. So
yeah. So somebody ran just right by the studio there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So great job. I do want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Integrative Life Choices. ILC is hiring direct support professionals all over the state of Nebraska, full-time, part-time days, evenings, and weekends. If you're interested, you can apply at ilc.net/careers. Direct support professionals work to ensure a meaningful life for the people they support. They work to support people in achieving their hopes and dreams. So shout out to them. Thank you very much. We appreciate your support. All right.
I do want to shout out Ben Garver. He's listening right now.
Oh, good.
He did the half marathon, the Havsy.
Oh, he tore it up too.
Totally tore it up. His time was incredible. Like will never be able to run that fast. It's
like an hour, 36 minutes.
It was something really fast.
What's that per mile?
I don't know if he's listening.
Fast.
He can
That's
comment
crazy,
in.
yeah.
I'll tell you, Ben, we're talking Boston Marathon qualifying times coming up here. So
that's awesome.
Yes.
It's also, I feel like that was his first half marathon. Maybe you should have held, maybe he did. Maybe he held back a little bit because that was going to be hard to beat. But then again, maybe not. I don't know. I'm just not a fast runner. So that is not a time that would be in the realm of my possibilities.
I can't even, when I'm running that speed for 2 minutes, I'm like, oh my, I feel like I'm Usain Bolt right now.
Because like mine was,
then I look down, it's like 7.5 minute pace.
I know. Mine was 2:20 was my time overall. And I think that's like a 10:40 pace.
Yeah. But 2 hours and 10 minutes or 2 hours and 10 minutes would be 10-minute pace almost on the dot.
So it's like between 10:30, 10:40 average minute miles, which is actually really good for me.
Yeah,
I don't think I
good.
would have done that outside with hills and
yeah, that's really good.
Especially by myself doing the virtual because I would have had to stop at like traffic lights and stuff like that. But so yeah, that 1:30, I might guess he could go for under sub 1:30 half marathon. We're never satisfied.
There you go, Ben.
I know.
You set the bar now. Now, as Nicole says,
he said I gave it everything he had. He said
every year now that you do half marathons, you're competing against a younger version of yourself.
Yeah,
so going forward, when you go to PR, you're competing against this year's Ben, even though it'll be next year.
Yeah,
so you'll be a year older.
Then it just makes it that much better.
Yeah. So shout out to everyone who did the Havsy last week. Mark did.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Cody 7:25. He said.
Oh my gosh.
He thinks was the average.
I think the fastest mile I've ever done was like 7:17.
Yeah.
In 1 mile.
1 mile.
And that was like 12
times.
years ago.
That's a pretty crazy split for a Havsy. 7 minutes, 25.
That's very good. That's very good.
And to
impressive.
Think, more shout out to Ben, to think where he was over a year ago.
Yeah.
He probably never could have even fathomed doing that a year
awesome.
ago. So big shout out to him and his success. We have had him on the show, so you can go and look back to see when that episode was aired. I don't know if if we dropped the ball on that podcast or not.
Should be up there.
But it might.
There
Well,
should.
it was one that was recorded, so
Should
like
be
on
up
a Saturday.
Let's check it out.
No,
I know-
I think it's out there.
I know
It was
Sean's.
Sean's.
That was the ball was dropped there. So
That was a Rico. That was Rico's.
oh yeah, I was blaming Rico on that.
Okay.
He dropped
Keep
it.
it. I like how you guys are defending me.
Yeah,
on
it wasn't
air.
you.
So
No, it
don't
was,
get a bunch of angry Fanatics fans coming in here.
oh,
Yeah.
it was Rico.
It was Rico.
100,000%. He dropped the ball there.
Oh man.
That's
So
funny.
also, we are going to be doing a Black Friday sale for the next 10-week challenge, which starts January 6th is our orientation. January 8th is day one. You can enroll and do the winter challenge for 50% off. And so all ticket listeners can actually start taking advantage of that sale tomorrow. It'll be up on the ticket homepage. There'll be a banner that you can click on. So really the only place that we're going to be advertising that you can enroll starting tomorrow is if you're a ticket listener. So it won't be out on Facebook, social media, anywhere, just on the ticket. So when you hear our commercials, so really you think, well, why would I want to enroll 2 weeks early? Well, because if you're wanting to do a 5 a.m. or a 6 a.m. time slot, you better get those things quick because they're going to be sold out. They might even be sold out by the time Black Friday gets here.
It's possible.
Is that the one where you guys typically are going to have 2 people on a bag? Is those morning classes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. 5 and
Especially in
6.
January because our fit members and our 10-weekers are rocking it.
Oh,
right
they're
now.
bringing it.
I
Yeah.
know. And our classes are already pretty full. So which is awesome.
You
That's
guys
what we
thinking
want.
about gym number 3?
No,
No, not yet.
No.
that's right across the street there.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible.
Oh yeah.
That'd help a
Can you
lot.
imagine them on early break, Bill, watching the kickboxing? Like they'd just be giving play by play. Just, oh, that's incredible over there.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're just throwing ball slams. And
No, our instructors are awesome. They know how to handle those big classes.
Yes,
So the bigger
yes.
the group, the more energy we have going on, and you have just more opportunities to be inspired and inspire people.
yeah, we had 6 a.m. at Meadow Lane. I took a video because every single bag was full, all 30 bags. I mean, so when there's 30, 36 people, we have 36 bags at Yankee Ridge. When every bag is full and you're punching, you're kicking. I mean, there's not a better sound to me.
Yeah, the energy is really
Just
good.
36 bags, just bam, bam. I mean, it's awesome.
I'll never forget the one day. It was
Awesome.
I think it was Friday or Thursday. I get there and they ran through a circuit, just doing laps around the gym, weaving through the bag. It was a little bit of a smaller class, but
Yeah.
it was different.
Yeah.
It is kind of fun what your instructors can do based on the class size. Because we had a smaller group, we ran like a circuit. That was like one of the best workouts I've ever. I was dead
Yeah.
at the end of that.
Yeah, our instructors definitely know how to pivot when we need to for those big classes and small classes. So,
Well, and I'm not sure
fun.
how many. So we have 50 instructors between the two gyms, and I would probably say we would have over 250 years of experience.
right, combined all
There's
of the
25
instructors.
years in this room. Well, 27 years in this room right now.
Well, the best thing too, a lot of your instructors have been through the journey, right? Weren't
They all
just
have. They've
members
all-
at one point?
Yeah,
Yes,
all of them.
Yes, they've all been through the journey of starting, taking their before pictures, listening to orientation, learning how to eat, learning how to work out, making good habits, good choices, and then they instruct because they want to help change people's lives. So that's kind of really the circle of Farrell. So I wanted to just touch on that. So you get 50% off is the Black Friday sale. So you're looking at $224.50 for
pretty good
10
deal.
For
weeks.
10
That
weeks.
includes gloves and wraps and an opportunity to really change your life. Like next week, we got 2 guests coming in. Mark Onweiler will be here with us, and also AJ Leach will be here. Both of them did the year challenge. They both had incredible results. So they're both going to be in studio next week. They are competing against each other for $10,000, which we will find out at the beginning of February. So they'll both be in here to talk about their year-long transformations as well. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Are you going to kickbox to decide the winner? I feel like that's what it's building up to. You got
Well,
2 elite kickboxers
Or
now.
some sparring, maybe.
Some sparring right here, right outside on O
Yeah,
Street.
we
Let's
can
just-
call it live from the ticket studio.
We'll get
Yeah.
a ring. Let's just do it. Yeah, that would be amazing. So we got
See.
about 10 minutes or so.
Good job, by the way.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
job for 15 minutes of
Yeah,
high quality, unranting.
I've held
content.
myself back
I
a
know.
little
Yeah,
bit.
you've been pushing it off. I
So-
know it's bubbling underneath.
It is.
Deep rage.
we do have coming up here at the next segment, we do have a group of ladies from UNL coming in. They run a organization called Charge that focuses on empowering women in fitness and health. We had the opportunity to host their group a couple weeks ago. The last Wednesday in October, there was about probably 24, 25 ladies from UNL that came in.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole led them through a kickboxing workout. It was awesome energy. I think they had fun. We'll find out more when they get here. But so they're going to come in and talk about that. And we have the owner and president of charge at the UNL campus will be here too. So just to see why they're passionate about it. Yes. So that's coming up here. But before we get to that, I do want to talk about the Nebraska game yesterday. I was there in person.
Oh, you were? I knew quite a few people. I heard it was way colder in the stadium than it was outside.
Oh my gosh.
So I heard it was really, especially on that north side.
Windy.
I heard that wind was killing the people in the north.
Yes. And we sat on the north side in row 80. We were up there. And there were moments where it was like felt good, and then a gust of wind came, and we're just like just shivering. Ben was wanting to head home, hitting the exits at halftime, and I'm like, no, it's 7-0. We're gonna stay and let's see what happens. Obviously, like this morning, Jay Foreman was on, and Harrison, you get to sit in here with guys that know more about football than I will ever know.
Have more experience for sure.
It humbles the
real
couch
lifetime
coaches when I was sitting there with those guys.
Yeah.
It makes me think about yelling at the TV. Well, this is what I would have done.
I know.
And you sit down with guys like Jay Foreman. Like,
Right.
Okay, let me hear what you think first.
Right. So this is just coming from a fan's perspective, which most of the guys in here that talk football on air obviously have all played, whether it's for Nebraska or Raph played in the Arena League and quarterback, and so they've all had obviously way more experience than I only played JV as a senior, so that's my experience. But as a fan watching the game, what was frustrating me,
your question's more the coaching perspective.
Yes. So my question, and if anybody wants to text in an answer, 402-464-5685, you can reach us on the Starter Heyman text line. So my question is, and when I've listened to post game shows, I listened to the show this morning with you and Jay, and then listened to Sipple's show this morning too when I was cleaning the gym. So like I understand trying to go for a touchdown on third and goal from 7 with 3 minutes to go, right? What I don't understand is why you're putting your players in a bad situation. Like,
what point does that become not the choice? I feel like that was the circumstances yesterday made it. Maybe that wasn't the right decision.
Right. Like I was like thinking when they got and go back to Minnesota, which I was also there in person. There at the end of the first half, I looked at Ben and I was like, that ball should not leave our quarterback's hands under any circumstances. What happens? Throw, interception, no points. In a game we lost by 3. So 13-10, ironically. So here we are in this game, and I'm like, we get down there, and again, obviously I'm not a coach. I don't make millions of dollars to make these decisions. I'm just an armchair Sunday morning quarterback, backseat person that thinks they know everything. Right. So, but I do genuinely wonder why you're asking your quarterback who's thrown 4 or 5 passes in a college game in the last year to make a critical play down there at the goal line with the game on the line, essentially.
To a freshman quarterback.
Not
quarterback, but yeah.
To relatively inexperienced wide receivers that you obviously they're not getting. Chuba Purdy's not getting the reps in practice with the ones all week. So he's coming out there and we took over at the 5-yard line. I'm like, oh my gosh. And you just go right down the field, big 20-yard run by Emmett Johnson, 10-yard run by Chuba, first and goal at the 5. I think what I saw this morning, averaging 4.6 yards a carry.
Yeah.
The whole game.
Yeah.
You have them on their heels. And I heard, kind of the explanation on play 1 was QB had an option to pull the ball out. Why are you giving him an option? Just can the ball off 3 straight times. Chances are you're good. You might score a touchdown, right? You run on first, and it just didn't happen. So then I heard, well, you're not playing to win. Okay. So you're not playing to win. So you're putting the ball in the hands of your QB that's thrown 5 passes in a year to win the game for you versus putting the ball in the hands of your defense, which is pretty awesome, and had given up 10 points to that point in time, right? I don't see what the problem is going up 13-10 in a game where points are at a premium and kicking it off and say, all right, defense, this is it. Go get us the bowl game right now.
Mm-hmm. It's frustrating. It's kind of a little bit reminded me of like watching the Bears. You know, how many times they were going to try to make the quarterback the hero? He put the entire game on that young quarterback's hands. Now he's got to make the play. And Malachi Coleman, like you said, he tripped up a little bit. He was supposed to clear that out, which, you know, the whole thing pretty much fell apart right off the bat when he kind of got tripped out and he couldn't really clear his guy out. And Purdy, he's a typically they're going to try to force it. You know, when that's a young quarterback, sometimes if they're all there, they're going to be smart and throw it away, but he's going to want to make the play. Well, he doesn't get it. Okay, now the entire game's on the defense fans. If you want to play this complimentary football, play complimentary football.
That's right. Yes.
Like, stop. Is what the Bears do it all the time with Fields, whoever it may be. Okay, we're going to call whatever. We're going to get cute. Didn't work. All right, the game's on your hands. Go make a game-winning drive, or defense make a game-winning stop. Don't even let them get within field goal range. Like, that was what bothered me. You talk about playing complimentary football, and then we're calling plays that we're putting it all on one person's shoulders.
Right. And if your main guys are out there, go for it. But I mean, it's just I don't personally understand.
This is a great one from Facebook from Brent. He says, if you have 3 QBs making the same mistakes over and over, you got to look at coaching development. Same as if you have 10 weeks with
10 weekers
with terrible form at week 5, you have to question the instructors.
Okay, that's a good point.
You go 5 weeks into it, the 10-week program, and you get people injured right and left. Yeah, at some point you're looking at the leadership, like what's going on? What are we doing?
And
there's Brent Menke. So
okay,
I love our analogies from our members, especially.
And then you hear like, oh, everybody's injured. We're on our 3rd string quarterback. We have freshman receivers. That brings it more to my point. Like, why are you putting those players in that situation? And you think about our defense last year, how just bad they looked the first 4 games. Coach Bush comes in and they start putting players in a position to be successful, and they're successful. I mean, well, shocker, right? And yes, I understand that players have to make plays, but I personally don't see a loser mentality running the ball 3 times, kicking the field goal. You take the points,
especially in hindsight. But yes.
And it's not just coaching at college. I watched the Ravens do this against the Steelers, and I was texting AD, who's a big Steelers fan, like, I'm pinning the loss on John Harbaugh. It's tie game. You're late in the 4th quarter, or it was like maybe at the end of the half in like a tight game. And Pittsburgh, Baltimore, low scoring. You take points when you can get them. And I've looked at Ben. I was like, this ball should not leave Lamar's hands. What do? Throw it in the end zone, interception. They don't even attempt the field goal with Justin Tucker. What do? Lose the game by a point.
You have Justin Tucker, for crying out loud.
So not only you have professional coaches.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, again, it's me with no experience whatsoever in coaching or playing. I'm just, as a casual fan, watching, thinking, I mean, does this just make sense to do this?
And it's like you're making that decision based on best case scenario. Best case scenario, this is what happens. We are 3 deep into quarterbacks at this point. We are beyond best case scenario at this point. So it's like, how about we do like most reliable scenario instead of just putting best case scenario on people who don't practice together. They don't have that,
Yeah. And how's the defense going to play if we have a 3-point lead? Right. So now you're like, okay, we give up a field goal. Worst case scenario, we're going overtime.
Right.
Now the offense, who has a really good quarterback, is basically all he needs a field goal to win.
Yeah.
So now how much more pressure is on the defense to make it like, we're like, we can't even let them get to the 35 or we're going to lose this game. Where if they get to the 35, we're not going to lose the game and we're going to go to overtime and we'll take our chances in overtime. Like, I just don't see how that, as what I was hearing, I didn't hear obviously Jay say this, but on another show, like you're not, I don't think you're playing to lose by taking 3 points in a game that's 10-10. I just don't see that.
No, even if Maryland makes, they go down and say they score a touchdown, like I'd still be okay with taking the field goal in that situation because the defense, for the most part, all game was stopping them over and over. And I do think, if you have 3 points, probably changes a little bit how that defense plays.
Right.
that was really their only, Maryland's best drive was at the end of the game. And, defense got a little worn out. I think in that situation too, it's like, man, we got another empty hand coming out. Like it just changes the momentum. And now Maryland's got all the momentum. It's like, we got time. We just got to get within field goal range. We don't even know how to score.
Yeah.
Just shifts all the momentum.
So it almost feels like square peg into a round hole, kind of like with Joe Daly back in 2004. I mean, you just treating him like we're dropping back like yesterday, like our quarterbacks are Tom Brady. Like, I mean, I think one time they rolled Sims out and he could have ran, or he had a wide open tight end. He just flipped it to the tight end for a gain of 7. One time they did that. Other than that, they're dropping back in the pocket. Like, again, like we're Tom Brady or Peyton Manning back there. It's just like, we're not. Like, you should know your personnel and know, like, okay, these guys just can't do it. That'd be like if I'm out there playing quarterback, they're like, Jeff, he cannot throw the ball, period, at all. I can't even throw it 5 yards. But let's drop back. We'll just sling it around. We'll just throw it around on a 25-mile-per-hour windy day that Talia was having some problems throwing the ball, right?
Thing that hurts. You had Maryland at home in the best possible weather game for us. Maybe you could ask for some rain to really help us out, but the wind, it was set up for like the Nebraska home crowd to take over.
And I'll tell you what, I thought it was very loud at times.
Oh, the defense. You could hear it on the TV.
Yes,
when the defense was making those stops. It was loud.
Yep. It was loud, and it was just, I don't know. I just sit there like at the Minnesota game. I just sit there in disbelief. I'm like, wow.
Well, you can update the score now. Gosh. It was 28 drives. Now it's 29 drives, 1 win when the game's, within 1 score, 9 quarterbacks. We
definitely should just do the same thing every time then.
Well, and I don't know if it's, I saw a statistic too that like since 2004, this could be a little, Frank Solich curse here. We have a minus 113 turnover margin.
It's bad.
Okay. But here's what's even worse. The next closest team to us, I don't know if you've saw this post.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
The closest team is like minus 61.
We're double.
50 turnover difference?
We're double.
It's unfathomable. It doesn't make sense.
Second.
And it doesn't matter the coach,
players,
the quarterback. Like, how many years in a row did Taylor Martinez lead the nation in fumbles?
There's been a lot of looks. People are looking at the football that Nebraska uses. Maybe it's our Adidas football in particular. Maybe it's a little slick now. There's other teams out there that are just fine. They're not turning it over left and right.
We need to go to break here, you guys. Break it up.
Oh
yeah, we do.
All right, Mom separating
we're way over, you guys. We're way over.
We're not.
Now we're talking about footballs. And
we're not.
That's true.
Over.
That is probably when you talk about the football being used.
It's 9
turnovers.
It's 9:27. Oh, I appreciate the clock in here.
All right.
Is it still off? No, it's updated.
Yeah, it's off a little bit.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Today's agenda includes office meetings this morning, followed by a client lunch, then back to the office for another meeting, and ending the day with a presentation at a client's office. When you are on the go, you need an office phone that goes with you. At Hamilton, our business phone systems make it easy to sync your office phone features to your cell phone for quick and seamless call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you need better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends. Load up on meat and more this fall at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese at 84th and Havelock. This week's special through November 14th is spend $40 and you'll get to buy one, get one free on 8-ounce prepackaged sirloins. And don't forget to check out their Friday feast this week and every week. Plus, don't forget their 2 new locations now open at 30th and Yankee Hill in Lincoln and 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the Ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador. Select Plumbing. Jimmy John's. Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits. Fleet Feet. Yours Cheese Spread. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Great news. I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on our home and auto insurance.
You told our agent about my thing for romance novels?
No, you don't have to get that personal. Our agent just helped me choose affordable options to create a personalized price just for us.
Oh, sweet. Then you won't believe the love triangle Jen is in now.
Call your local State Farm agent Vinny Krekak at 402-474-1173.
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness specialize in getting rid of people's pain quickly and permanently. For 31 years, they've been extremely successful with advanced techniques in pain relief using spinal adjustments and decompression, detoxification, diet and lifestyle modification, and more. They are fully equipped to handle the most seasonal athlete, weekend warrior, car accidents, strains, sprains, and more. Is there anywhere you're experiencing pain on your body, or are you fighting decreased energy and depression? Consult Belmont Chiropractic and Novotny Nutrition and Wellness first at 402-476-8619.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com.
Welcome to Sue's Frame Shop.
Yes. Can you frame these, please?
These are Nebraska Lottery Holiday Classic Scratch tickets.
I know. Isn't the classic Christmas artwork on them just charming? Now, be sure not to smudge it when you frame them.
But if you scratch them and enter non-winning tickets online, you could win up to $20,000.
Give me those. Here's a quarter. Let's start scratching.
Promotion ends January 3rd, 2024. Top prize odds vary by game.
You play Lucky for life, don't you?
Yeah, love it. Chance to win $1,000 a day for the rest of my life.
How does it work?
Choose 6 numbers and buy a ticket.
Then what?
Check your numbers after the nightly drawing to see if you've won.
Whoa, slow down. You lost me there.
Choose 6 numbers.
6 numbers, got it.
Check the drawing.
Whoa, how do you remember all that?
Just lucky, I guess.
Lucky for life, top prize odds, 1 in 30 million.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in to the Fitness Fanatics. We are done talking about Husker football, and we've moved on to more happy and positive things in our life.
Yes.
We're joined in studio, and by the way, you can catch us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Allo channel 951. So if you're just doing some chores around the house, you can throw us up on the big screen and watch from the studio. If you're out and about, we're on 1040 O Street. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody watching the show. Usually we have people that come up and pull up chairs to watch our show, but
there are members.
I guess we just need to offer more money to get them out here. We need to up the ante to get them.
We weren't in studio last week.
I know.
That's our own fault.
This just kind of throwing everybody off. So we're joined in studio by a couple of ladies from UNL. We are joined by Abby and Mara. How are you two this morning?
We're doing good.
Now, is this a little early for a college student on a Sunday to get up? I mean, you weren't up too late. Did you plan ahead of time?
I did. I
Okay.
did this weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't do anything last night.
Okay. Nicole's like, we had them on during there's a home football game.
Right.
I mean, Sunday. I was like, we've
It
been
was early
there.
game and we lost, so it was probably not as fun as it
nothing
could
too
have been.
exciting after that.
Yeah.
All the partying was over by 4:00, and it's just we're done.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, we want our listeners to get to know you too before we get into the main reason you're here. So, Abby, where are you from, and why did you decide to come to Nebraska?
So I'm from Overland Park, Kansas. It's about 3.5 hours from Lincoln. And Lincoln was actually the first college I ever toured. I originally was looking at it as kind of like a safety backup school because I was looking at a lot of other out-of-state ones. And then those ones didn't really work out. And I remember coming back here for a second visit, and I just felt super like happy and comfortable every time I came to visit. And so I just felt like this was the right place for me.
Okay. And then what were you like? What kind of drew you to Nebraska? Was it like what you were majoring in, sports? Like what was the reason you wanted to check out Nebraska in the first place?
Honestly, I really wanted to get out of state. I was ready to be away from high school, and a lot of people from my high school went to KU, K-State, and Arkansas. Those were like the big three, and not a whole lot of people came up north. And I kind of wanted a fresh start just to not know anyone and just like meet a lot of new people. And it was a good opportunity because it's still close enough to home that I can take the trip home for the weekends if I need to, but it's not like a big pain to get up and pack up and drive home. So
Now, did you grow up a KU fan, K-State fan, Missouri fan?
both of my parents went to KU.
Okay.
So yeah, I've always kind of been a Jayhawk fan, but yeah, this was my coming to Nebraska was my first time ever going to Husker football games and everything, which always blew everyone's mind because everyone I feel like here has grown up going to them. So I was kind of new at all that.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So you still now it's a kind of good thing we don't play Kansas anymore.
I know. I
Right?
kind of wish we did though. I think it'd be fun.
So if Kansas came to Memorial Stadium, what colors are you wearing?
I think I'd wear red for sure.
You wouldn't go.
You'd be in the student section.
Well,
I mean, right?
I was gonna say you wouldn't go incognito and like
sit with your
put
parents.
on some blue and sit in like a section where nobody's gonna know you.
I think I'd be a Husker fan, but
Okay.
maybe I wouldn't boo
Sure.
Kansas. Try to be
Okay.
a little bit loyal there.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
All right. Well, let's move on to you, Mara. Where are you from? And kind of the same type of deal. Like, what led you to come to Nebraska?
Okay, I'm from Minnesota, and it's like 6.5 hours from here. And then I originally toured all of the Big Ten schools almost because I just was obsessed. Like I loved sports, so I wanted to go to one just
Mhm.
for the environment.
Sure.
And then I am a College of Business student, and the Nebraska College of Business is like amazing.
Okay.
Also, I did not want to be super close to home, so like 6 hours is perfect. Like my
Yeah.
mom is my best friend, and she would be here like way too. She still comes like every month. So
To see you.
yeah, so like, less than 6 hours would have been too close.
Now,
That's a day trip. You can she could come like and be here for a day and then go home.
imagine if
Yeah,
she was
3
only
hours.
3 hours away.
That's what
No,
I mean.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I
Yeah.
originally when I toured U of M, we like used to go on coffee dates every Sunday, and she was like, "Perfect, like every Sunday morning we
Yeah.
can." Still, and I was like, "No, we cannot."
We're
Sometimes
kind of
you have to miss that stuff to truly appreciate it, right? You got to
Yeah.
miss it a little bit.
now growing up Minnesota fan, or were you fans of another school?
Well, so I was a big volleyball player. So honestly, Nebraska was like way more of my. I was way more obsessed with Nebraska volleyball than Gophers.
cool.
But
Mhm.
basketball, I'm a big basketball family. I love Gopher basketball. I went to a ton of games growing up. It was super fun. But I've never really. I don't love the campus that much. Like I've never really been a huge Gophers fan.
Right.
Besides like women's basketball.
Right. Right. So volleyball, you two go to the volleyball matches here in Lincoln?
Last year I went to a lot. Last year I went to 5 of them. This year I didn't. I have not gone. I watch them. I watch them all the time.
It's so
but-
great that they're on TV a lot more this
Yeah.
this season too. We've watched a lot more.
Well, and speaking of volleyball, Penn State beat Wisconsin last night.
Yeah.
Which was nice. And it's, you find it interesting. I'm big Husker football fan and a big college football fan in general. So last night, what are we watching? The volleyball match between Penn State and Wisconsin. Just be like,
when were we watching it?
We turned it there. Like I was kind of be reminded.
I think I was already tuned out from what was happening on the television at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we tuned in and watched a little bit of it and I was texting back with some people about it. So never would I have thought that I would be watching two other schools play volleyball.
Right.
And I was telling our son, like, oh, now Nebraska could already have won the Big Ten before they even stepped foot in
Where
Madison.
was I when all this was I downstairs looking for VHS tapes?
No, this was like later.
We got a VCR, Harrison, and we watched some old VHS tapes
I don't think
think
anybody in this room knows. Do you own a VCR?
Harrison was there when we talked about it before.
I had the Fox on the Hound all the time on VHS. That's what I grew up watching.
That movie, so good.
Exactly.
I know.
How about you two? VCR? You guys know what a VCR
I grew
is?
up with CDs.
Yeah,
me
too.
VCR.
I know. Our daughter, who's 20, she picks it up. She's like, "Wow, this is really heavy." I'm like, okay. So anyway, so I was downstairs looking for some home videos at some point. So maybe that's when I missed out on that. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
VCRs. That's old.
The
school.
quality was pretty poor. But we
Yeah,
did
it's
watch
bad.
our wedding video. The kids got to see our wedding.
Kids, they loved it. They loved it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why we got it. I just got the VCR from my mom's house last week when we were there. So, and then like
completely unrelated to everything.
Any Nebraska, important Nebraska wins are on VHS. So we do have some VHS tapes of Nebraska from before any of you guys were born.
Yeah.
That I'll probably bust out here.
It is funny to see Rashawn go through his. He's just got collections. He'll just pull out clip after clip, and they're all just the old VHS. He's just got them sitting in a cardboard box.
Wasn't quite feeling it last night. But
I was also watching the volleyball game. Yeah, because I think it's just like we talked about. We won't dive into the Husker football game, but it's kind of a nice switch sports because I was watching that Penn. So is that 2 losses for Wisconsin now? Just Nebraska and Penn State.
2 losses. Yep.
And what's Penn State sitting now ranked?
Ranked. I think they were 19th or 20th
going into it.
But Nebraska's beat them both times. So I mean, they're pretty much going to have you think they're going to have the Big Ten championship wrapped up and a top 4 seed wrapped up before they even take the court in Madison, which is kind of cool because it'll be tough to win up there. And I think the goal for Nebraska this whole season wasn't really to go undefeated. It was more to hey, let's get a top 4 seed, all these games in Lincoln till we get to the Final Four. Because last year they had to go on the road and then they lost. So much easier route to get to the Final Four being here than traveling elsewhere and having to play tougher teams there in a tough environment. So, all right, do we want to go to break?
We're good break. We're a good break point here.
So we'll come back. We'll have another short segment with these two. So don't go anywhere on 93.7 The Ticket.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Nutrition Authority presents Activator. University studies have shown that Activator helps with building muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Activator is for male and females of all ages who want to look, feel, and perform their best. Activator can only be found in Nutrition Authority. Stop in, call, or visit us at mynutritionauthority.com.
Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Whether you're booking a trip to Lincoln for a football game or a volleyball weekend, the Scarlet Hotel at Innovation Campus is the place for you. The Scarlet Hotel is special on many levels, from the delicious Well and Good restaurant on the main floor to the coolest rooftop patio bar in Lincoln, the Barred Owl, on the top floor of the hotel with great views of the city and one of the coolest drink menus. Book your stay or book a staycation today at scarlethotelnebraska.com.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show, powered by Sunbelt Rentals. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador, Select Plumbing, Jimmy John's, Lincoln Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits, Fleet Feet, Yours Cheese Spread on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. We are joined in studio by a couple of UNL students, Abby and Mara. We got another short segment here. So sticking with Fitness Fanatics tradition, we always like to get stories on favorite NFL teams. So your favorite NFL team and how you became a fan of that team. So Mara, let's start with you. Favorite NFL team?
Okay, Vikings. Right.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just from being from Minnesota and then growing up like in a house that loved the Vikings.
Yeah. Still,
I don't know who else you would possibly like if you were born and raised, like born in Minnesota, and
yeah.
So do you like just still watch the games like when they play, or you're like, oh, I need to tune in, or you just kind of follow like they won or lost?
One of my roommates this year is actually like insanely obsessed with the Vikings.
Okay.
So I've been like super aware of what's going on this season. But when I'm home, it's like a family. Like I love watching it with my family.
Yeah.
That's what it is for us.
So your
too.
roommate's keeping you in the loop.
Yeah, she's from Iowa, but like diehard Vikings fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how about you, Abby?
So I can't say I'm super passionate about the NFL, but I grew up in downtown Chicago. So me and my brothers have always kind of considered ourselves to be Bears fans, which is a bit of a controversy since I'm from Kansas City. So a lot of people think that's crazy that I would choose the Bears over the Chiefs. But I like I said, I grew up there and I have a lot of really good memories associated with the city. So it's just kind of like a happy memory associated with them.
Especially if you don't follow it very much now.
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't know
keep
enough.
it that way.
See,
Keep it that way. Keep your
Harrison,
great memories.
She has good memories with the city, not the
Right.
football team,
Yeah.
right?
Just the experience.
Very good memories
Which
with the
is
city.
that's the none of us have any experience of living in a town that has
We don't,
an NFL team. So that would be, I mean, I know how it is living in Nebraska. Well, because last week we talked about how we were in Iowa and we went to Walmart and they were really busy. Well, yesterday I was in Hy-Vee when the game kicked off and they played the tunnel walk right at 11 a.m. So
yeah, they don't mess around.
I know. So it was like I was leaving. I was running a little behind. Otherwise, I would have been home. But I was like walking out and I hear the tunnel walk. I knew it was 11 and the game was getting ready to start.
Yeah.
Like, yes, back home, back in our, football town. That's a college level, not an NFL level of living in a town.
And that's everywhere too. You go 3 hours up north, to my small town. If it's like kickoff,
yeah.
In the town of 1600, you go to the grocery store, same thing. They
They're
got it on the
playing
radio.
Yeah.
That's all you're getting.
Yeah.
Best time to go shopping
Mm-hmm.
is during games.
It is. But you get to be immersed into it. And so I think that's what living in those towns. It'd be hard to break that. You wouldn't want to break those ties.
My brother grew up a Rams fan, and then he moved to the Denver area, lives in Dillon, Colorado. And now he's just the Rams. What?
They should be the same.
He's all Rams, Denver. It's all Denver right now.
He did but he's it took him a while, right, to kind of make that conversion.
Yeah, it took him a little while.
Yeah, he lived there.
Mara, did you ever go to any Vikings games?
The only one I ever went to was their playoff game last year. I got super lucky. I was home, and our friends had 2 extra tickets and brought me my dad. I drove home just to surprise my brother for his 18th birthday, like a random weekend in April, and I got to go, and it was super fun. I was super close, I was really low to the field and everything.
Even though they lost.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, I was just there for the experience. I was like, this is awesome.
Yeah,
that's why we go to Husker games. It's not because they don't win; it's the experience.
It's in the when you zoom in, it's a bummer, but then in hindsight, it'll always be a good memory.
People ask me, did you, we went to the Minnesota-Nebraska game this year. Did you have fun? Oh, it was great till the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
But leading up and the atmosphere was all that. I've been to one Bears game, and I was kind of the same situation as you. I've been to one Bears game, and it was a playoff game against Carolina Panthers, and they lost. That's my one NFL game I've ever been to.
Yeah.
So again, experience was cool to say you're at a playoff game, but my experience, it was like 10 degrees. Chicago winters, wind blowing off Lake Michigan, wind burn on my face, bundled up in 10 layers, row 100.
That's the experience.
Schlepping up those stairs, and this was
pre-Farrell's.
This was the weekend before I started Farrell's, so I was like at my worst shape in my entire life. And walking up those stairs, my buddy Mike and I were like, if we have to go to the bathroom, we're just staying here because there's no way. And there's steps like walking up Memorial Stadium, it's not so bad, but walking up these NFL, it's literally like this. You're just
because you're crammed in.
It's like, am I climbing Mount Everest right now? Like I just can't breathe. I'm going so high. So we just stood up there, and we were there so early. It was surprise.
Typical Jeff fashion. Yes.
There were probably like 100 people in the stands. It was I was just so stupid and lost. It was just such a
what a great memory, though.
Such a great sounds amazing. Sign me up.
Yep. And I got to watch Rex Grossman play for, and Kyle Orton were the two cute.
Hey, Kyle Orton, that's from our kid's hometown.
Yeah, that's true.
The Bears quarterback segment's getting old for me. I've been on too many shows where it's like, try to name the best Bears quarterback, and you get a lot of Grossman.
Try to name all the quarterbacks. I think that would be harder to do. All the ones in the last 25 years.
Yeah, a lot of them are forgettable. So
I know
it would be
harder to name them all than to name the best.
I think we've had more starting quarterbacks. If you took these two ladies' ages and combined them,
yeah,
that's about how many starting quarterbacks the Bears have had in the last 40 years.
That's about right.
Pretty bad.
All right, well, let's kick it to break. When we get here at the top of the hour, we're going to talk about Charge, which is the organization that these two are a part of, and that's kind of how we got connected. So we're going to talk about that coming up at the 10 o'clock hour. If you have any questions for us or them as we go along, you can text the show at 402-464-5685 on the Starter Heyman text line. So we'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today.
I'm ready.
Burgers?
Check.
Chips?
Check.
Icy cold beer?
Check. Except this one.
I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread?
I can't stop eating it.
Rico,
relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
After being Lincoln's #1 trusted plumbing, heating, and cooling company for 27 years, John Henry's is proud to announce we now offer electrical services. Call today to book a full range of electrical services by our licensed, background-checked professional electricians. John Henry's, our family serving yours.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, heating and air.
Now offering electrical.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
if you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any landscaping project. And you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by at 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. Go to gelandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
In my opinion, Nebraska is still in the driver's seat. Wow. To win this thing. They're in the driver's seat.
That would be incredible.
If Wisconsin hadn't lost it's Braylon and a high ankle sprain, you don't play again that year. I mean, losing him is monumental.
It'll be interesting to see a team that's missed so many bowl games in a row, to how they could handle potentially having the mentality of being in the driver's seat.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essig.
All right, welcome back in the Fitness Fanatics, top of the hour. If you miss any part of the show, you can check us out on podcast page, theticketfm.com. We are under Ticket Weekends. We are joined in studio by two UNL students, Abby and Mara. Now, how we came in touch with you two is, I believe Mara reached out to me, probably in like summertime, and was talking about this program called Charge. And I was like, I didn't know if like sometimes I get emails and there was like scams and stuff. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, this okay. So I was like researching it. Like I
Mm-hmm.
just Googled charge and saw there were all these different colleges. And I was like, oh, this is interesting because
Mm-hmm.
we don't get people that are like, hey, we're gonna have a group of 30 of us. Can we come and work out? Like,
Yeah.
that just never happens at Farrell's.
Kind of a tough sell sometimes.
Yes. So
it's going to be really fun. It is fun. Don't get me wrong. It is fun, but yeah.
yeah, most people just aren't looking places to come work out at. So
as like a team building event or something. Yeah.
yes, like I don't think we can get a lot of workplaces. Like
if we would though, just reach out to us if you want to have a team building event.
Yes, if you want a team building event, you can reach out to us, and we will give you guys a kickboxing class for free.
Yeah, that's
for
what
your,
we did
for your business. So any
charge.
business that you own, if you want to come out, what are you laughing about?
Just funny. I don't nothing. It's
Well,
funny.
And we've done like softball teams, we've done dance teams. So yeah, good team building. If you want to see your coworkers out there,
the ticket came out.
We had Vershawn and we had
Jake.
Sorensen was out there. I know, looking really tough.
Strickland
was out there.
Chris
AD
and
and Raph.
Yeah.
Yes. So and Mark was out there doing some videotaping.
That was fun.
Yeah. So we'd be more than happy to host any type of team building. So you just reach out to us, send me an email, shoot me a text message. So
anyway, back to the story.
Anyway, so we'll start with Abby. So what is your role?
And what is
it? Yes, charge.
Yeah. So I actually started Charge at the beginning of this year. They had reached out to me last spring.
Mhm.
And it was literally just through an Instagram DM telling me, hey, we have this organization. We think you'd be a good fit to start one because we had never had a chapter in Nebraska. And so I kind of looked into it and I was a little bit nervous because I had never really had like a big leadership role like that. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to start this and manage all of it. And everything like that. But I started to kind of look into more of like the mission of it. And the whole mission is to help girls feel confident in the weight room. And that was something that stuck with me because that like my journey and experience lifting has been something that I've always kind of done by myself over the past few years. And so
we have a Cowboys fan out front.
Pete's got to get out of here.
Cowboys.
He's overstayed.
Sorry.
outside taunting all of
Yes.
us. Yes.
Peter. Okay. Go ahead.
Peter Ferguson. That's PET. All right.
So yeah, like I was saying, my journey lifting has kind of been something that I've done by myself, which is fine, and I've enjoyed my experience with it. But I know coming to college, just like using the city rec and weightlifting in general can be super intimidating to a lot of girls because even now, like I walk in there and I see 4 girls and 50 guys, and I know girls walk in there and they're just like, what do I do? There's all these people, they're all going to be judging me, which really isn't the case. And so I just wanted to help girls realize that fitness does not have to be this big scary thing. Like it's supposed to be fun, and it can be fun, and it's supposed to be something that helps you feel good about yourself. And so with Charge, we do different workouts every week at different studios in Lincoln or on campus led by an instructor, just to help girls feel like provide them with a lot of different opportunities to see what helps them feel good. We've done a variety of Pilates, cycling. We did kickboxing with you guys. We've done yoga, and like they all create different experiences for different people. So we just kind of hope that through these different workouts, they'll find something that's like, oh wait, this makes me feel good. I like this. And then they'll start pursuing that more often.
So why did Charge reach out to you specifically? Like, what are you like majoring in something like with sports or like, why is it that they contacted you out of all the thousands of people thousands of ladies at UNL? Like, what was it about you specifically? They're like, hey, let's just reach out to Abby about this.
You know, that's something I've wondered myself too. I think maybe they do some sort of like recruitment method where they just look at a bunch of potential candidates and message them to see who would actually show interest back, because I'm guessing they reach out to people and not everyone is immediately like, oh my gosh, this is something I want to do. So I don't know if it was just like they happened to come across me posting something about working out on my Instagram, or if I was just a random person in the draw, but I had responded to them and we started talking about it more, and it just like as I learned more about it, started to become something I was more interested in.
Okay. And where did where how Charge started? Like the kind of the background of that?
It started at, I believe, Ohio State University. And it's just super cool because now it started there. I can't remember exactly what year
Yeah.
it was, but now it's on over 114 college campuses. So just like seeing that the impact it's had, not just here, but literally across the whole country, it's something that's been growing a lot over the past several years.
Okay. Nicole, do you have any questions for Abby?
No.
I was wanting to know, like, so in our email correspondence or whatever, email back and
Yeah.
forth. I just want to know, like, because you were in charge of the recruiting. Or who was in charge of the recruiting? Was that you, Mara?
For the studios to go to?
Well, no, like to get the ladies to
Oh,
join.
no, that's another one of our exec members. There's
Okay.
7 of us, and we kind of split it.
Okay. I was just kind of curious on like how that all went, because I know like us as gym owners, trying to recruit people to work out isn't necessarily the easiest thing to do. Like, hey, do you want to
Yeah.
join this group? We're going to work out every single week and go
Yeah.
try different things, and we're going to sweat and be sore all the time. And so do you know how that whole process worked, and like how that all worked?
Yeah, we all kind of worked on it together, honestly, because it was like a big project to get started since no one had even heard of Charge. It was like completely brand new.
Yeah.
So we all started by just reaching out to our friends first. And then after that, it's a lot of social media posting. We each have like individual Instagrams with like our own fitness things through like with Charge, like that we post on. We got followers through that. People got
Yeah.
excited about Charge. And then honestly, it was just like word of mouth. Like I would just like every time we would talk to like anyone, be like, "Have you heard of blah, blah, like we're gonna do such fun things.
Mm.
You guys should come try it out."
Yeah.
We also did like we had one Wednesday where we just like for free everyone could come before they like had to buy a membership to paint and like do Pilates. And that like showed people that like it was like legit, and there's like
Yeah.
a ton of girls like wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But besides that, emailing, just word of mouth.
So this is the first year that it
Mhm.
was in. And so how
Yes.
many members do you guys have?
We have 71 right now.
Okay. That's really good for a couple months. I mean, not a ton of time.
We might have to have another kickboxing class, because there were not 71 people that
I
came
know.
out
Yeah. We'll have to
in
get everyone
October.
there.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So yes, we would love to have your group back anytime.
Yeah.
So you just let us know.
Very fun.
Any questions, Nicole? Or is
No.
this just me leading the whole
Well,
segment?
I don't know.
You're
yeah.
a woman. You should have some questions
I know.
related to.
I didn't have questions. I had comments
Okay.
more where we like to tell. That's what we tell people too. Like you had said at the beginning, you have to find what you like to do. So I think a lot of times we put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And if we don't like something, like, if you don't like running, then it took me a long time to realize that I'm not super competitive. So I was never really good in group sports, but I'm athletic. And it took me years to figure out there was a difference between those two things. You don't have to be on a team to be, physically athletic and feel strong. So I just really like that message is getting out so early now for people to keep trying and find what you really like to do, because you're more likely to stick with it and be excited about it versus being hard on yourself and then thinking you can't do it. So I do like that. I love that a lot. So what's your experience been with that? Like, what's the feedback you're getting back from people who, if they're finding something they really liked or they didn't like how is that? How are you seeing that?
I would say yes. I think kind of like going with the recruitment thing too. I think something that helped us was with the word of mouth, just expressing that you don't like we don't have any expectations of them. You don't have to love every single thing we do. Like the goal isn't to get them to like we want you to work out. It's
Yeah.
like we want you to have fun working out. We want you to have fun doing all these different activities. And so I think one of the really cool things is because we do such a big variety of workouts is even if girls maybe they don't like one week, maybe they really didn't like Pilates, but like, hey, we have kickboxing next week, maybe you'll like that. Like it's not the same thing every week. So it really gives the opportunity to like try those new things and experiment with that. And I think it has helped girls feel a little bit more confident, like going with a group of other girls who
Yeah.
all kind of are feeling the same way, because even after the workout, they have someone to hold them accountable. Or if they
Mhm.
want to, like, hey, do you want to go on a walk, or do you want to go hit upper body with me at the rec? They kind of
Mhm.
meet people to hold them accountable through charge with
Yeah.
like their own life.
Well, and I think that's a really important part, especially for women, is creating that community. So you do have to kind of find your people that you can rely on and they can rely on you. And I think that sometimes when people are active and really physically active in college and play lots of sports and stuff, and then so, that's kind of what you guys are experiencing. We experience the other side of that. We experience people who are decades out of college and
Right.
haven't done anything and kind of forgot what it's like to feel strong and have that, you're tired, but it's exciting and you feel like you did something. So we see the exact opposite of that. So it's nice that again, that message is getting out a lot earlier
Mhm.
to people that, even if you're not into sports, you got to find something that keeps you active. I like that. And that community part is important.
So, Mara, how did you get involved in Charge?
So one of the other exec members reached out to me first about it, just about joining, like through recruitment, honestly. Like she sent me like a text about it. And she's like, when this starts, like this semester, like this is right up your alley. Like she knows like how passionate I am about fitness. And then like a week later, she texted me about like a leadership position within Charge. And I honestly immediately was like, no, that sounds so scary. I was like, no. I was texting Abby about her. Abby reached out to me and I was like, I don't know. I don't know if that's for me. And then honestly, just like Abby like broke down like what it would be like. She's like, like there's 7 of us, like it's not just you, you're
Yeah.
gonna be fine. Like we have training. And then I was just like, all right, I'm so passionate about fitness. I was like, I have to. Like it'll be so fun. We have such a fun group of like exec people. Like it is so fun. Like I'm so happy I did it.
So, where did the passion for fitness come from? I mean, it just started at an early age for sports. Like, where did that? Because not a lot of people are passionate for fitness. Like,
Yeah.
you get to
In our
college.
experience. But
Well,
yeah.
no, I didn't go to college, but I'm assuming when you get to college, oh well, we're gonna do this and we're partying and we're gonna like so
Yeah.
fitness is like one of the last things on people's are like, ooh, we're gonna be fitness experts when we go to college. Like,
Mhm.
so where did that stem from? Your passion for fitness?
So I grew up playing sports. I started sports like as early as possible, all the way till I played varsity volleyball my senior year. But I would not say that's like where I became passionate. I was honestly very overweight until I was 16.
Okay.
I was like the last time I went on the scale was 250 pounds. I was very, very unhealthy and like alone, honestly, completely by myself. I started lifting and I loved it. I loved lifting so much. And just like I would like learning how to eat and like what's
Yeah.
good. And I lost a ton of weight and I became so much healthier and like better at volleyball and happier. Like I feel so much happier through like lifting, and that's where I became passionate. And then like a lot of my friends just didn't know how to lift or like work out, and they still like don't. And I love like when people want me to like help them or like give them advice.
Yeah.
Like it just makes me feel so fulfilled.
Yeah.
So that's
Did you?
mine.
I mean, was this all like? Did you just teach yourself how to do this by like just Googling how do I eat healthy? How do I lift? Or did you have like a mentor in your life that kind of you're like, I need some help? Because that's people come to us, they need help. They have no clue what to do on their own. So that's why they join Farrell's is to have us and instructors and coaches to help them along the way. Like, did you have anybody in that role that you were like, hey, I need to do something. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. Or was it just all you like, hey, I'm just gonna figure this out on my own?
So through like my high school, I started playing high school basketball when I was in 8th grade, and you have to do like lifting, like no matter what at
Yeah.
the school, like with your team. So I had like the basics down, and then me and my brothers actually did like youth lifting. I think I started in 8th grade, maybe 9th grade. At like it's called Training for Warriors. There's one here.
Yeah.
But they taught me a lot about lifting too. But honestly, like that, I started that when I was like 13, and I did not fully like commit to the idea of like being healthier until
Yeah.
like I was 16, and that was like by myself.
Yeah.
And then like the healthy eating part, honestly, was just like fun to me. Like I think it's like so interesting. And so that was pretty much all on me. But my dad, honestly, is like a big accountability partner in my life, though. Like he loves fitness. He is super into fitness. He's like a basketball coach.
Okay.
And so working out with him, or like we would go together super, super helpful.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mhm.
Now, what about you, Abby? Your passion in fitness, kind of where did that start? Did you play sports in high school?
I did. I did tennis and swim throughout all 4 years, and then I wrestled my senior year. But I think I started getting into lifting. It was kind of around after COVID. I remember, like, I was just super bored right after COVID was over, and I feel like I didn't really have, like, a hobby. I
Yeah.
feel like I'd spent so long sitting around, and right when my gym had opened back up, I started going and just doing, like, cardio, trying to be active, move. I was insecure about my weight, so that was kind of, like, all that was on my mind was just, "I just need to burn these calories, get rid of that," and then I kinda started slowly venturing over to the weight section of the gym, and, once I started seeing little bits of progress, it kind of became addicting for me because it was really comforting knowing that I had, like, control over improving that sort of aspect of my life. Like, the only person in control of, um, my body and, like, my health was me at that time, and
Mhm.
so I just really liked the idea of getting stronger and healthier and feeling better, and so that was kind of my whole journey with actually lifting, and then I also, like I said, did tennis and swim, and I like it makes me feel good about myself being active and knowing that I'm making the efforts to be healthy,
Yeah.
so
All right.
Mhm.
Well, it's very important as being young and growing up to take care of yourself early. It's called making deposits into your body
Mhm.
because one of my relatives just had a minor heart attack at 51. So, I mean, okay, they're okay.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things like we don't think about our future self now. So
Ever, really.
really
I
ever,
know.
right? We're always focused on right now, right
Mhm.
here. And we were the same way. I mean, well,
Oh,
at least
yeah.
I was the same way. I didn't think about what I would be like when I'm 45 or 50 when
Mhm.
you're in your 20s. You're just like, oh, let's have fun. So that's really cool that you two are helping ladies kind of keep fitness on the forefront when they're younger before it gets to be too late when they get. I mean, it's really never too late, but
Mm-mm.
that type of thing. So
Yeah.
that's
We
really,
kinda
really
just
cool.
keep digging a hole for ourselves
Yes,
as we get
yes,
older, and so it's a
yes.
little higher of a climb for sure, unless you besides just staying ready. But I did like what you were saying about, how you started with cardio. 'Cause sometimes it is a tough sell to get people to do strength training, especially women, because we always automatically think that means we're gonna gain weight because we're gonna be, bulky and stuff
bulky.
like that,
Mhm.
Yeah,
which yeah.
you hear a lot of that.
Yes, yeah. So that can be scary, but what you said was so true about because you started with cardio because you were just thinking, this is the best thing to do to burn calories. But there is not really a that after reward with cardio that you get with strength training. Like you said, you started going to the weight room and then you started being able to see progress. You start seeing muscles that you have never seen before. You really get to challenge yourself, which is so different than cardio. So if you are a person who's only ever thought that exercise was cardio and I had to hate it, and I don't hate it. I run. I don't always hate it. Sometimes I do, but if you hate running and you think that that's what you need to do, then it's going to be kind of tough for you
Yeah.
to find it. So just encouraging people to, try strength training is just going to build a foundation that cardio can't do. So
And
it's
our
important.
members, so we do kickboxing 3 days a week. We do lower body one day, upper body one day, and then we do like a combo strength training class on Saturdays. What's the one day you think people, if they skip one day out of those six, which day would they skip? What would you think?
The lower body?
Yep.
There you go.
Leg.
Lower body.
Leg
Yes.
day, the most
that's
Yes.
what I would
important.
skip.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
I know.
Because it's not fun,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
not like, especially in our program, it's fun to punch the bag.
Yeah,
As
Yeah.
you saw,
right.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
fun
so
version
fun.
of cardio.
that's fun.
Yes.
It's fun to punch the bag. It's fun to kick the bag.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, now I'm coming to work our lower body.
45 minutes killing my legs. Yeah.
And that's just not fun for a lot of people. I mean, it's not fun. It's just not It's not fun.
It is. I think it's fun, but I know what you mean.
But most people,
I know. Yes.
if they're skipping workouts,
Yeah.
and we have some members, like our fit members, that just come to kickboxing only and don't do strength training, then it's like, well, I'm not really seeing any changes. Well, that's because in order of importance in our program, we put nutrition number one, obviously.
Yeah.
Like you can't, and you both know this, you can't outwork a bad diet. Strength training is number two, and then kickboxing is number three. Like if I'm going to have people skip classes at Farrell's, I want them to skip a kickboxing class and not a strength training class,
Right.
because the strength training is a lot more important. Because you can do a lot of stuff to get your cardio in.
Yes.
You can go for a walk or ride your bike, or just do yard work or whatever. But to solely focus on 45 minutes of working your legs or working your arms is tough to do, to stay focused for 45 minutes and not start talking with your friend or, oh, what do we got going on tomorrow night?
Yeah, that could be hard.
Yeah.
For
Well,
sure.
let's go ahead and throw it to break. Stay right with us here. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. Experience flexibility like never before with Ace Rent-to-Own. Whether you're decorating a new home or upgrading your electronics, they provide easy payment plan options that suit your budget. No credit checks, no hefty interest rates, just straightforward renting solutions designed with you in mind. Find great options to make a beautifully furnished space or surround yourself with the latest gadgets. With Ace Rent-to-Own, it's all within your grasp. Visit acerentoown.com and bring home more than just a product. Bring home a lifestyle.
Frame shop.
Yes. Can you frame these, please?
These are Nebraska Lottery Holiday Classic scratch tickets.
I know. Isn't the classic Christmas artwork on them just charming? Now, be sure not to smudge it when you frame them.
But if you scratch them and enter non-winning tickets online, you could win up to $20,000.
Give me those. Here's a quarter. Let's start scratching.
Promotion ends January 3rd, 2024. Top prize odds vary by game.
You play Lucky for life, don't you?
Yeah, love it. Chance to win $1,000 a day for the rest of my life.
How does it work?
Choose 6 numbers and buy a ticket.
Then what?
Check your numbers after the nightly drawing to see if you've won.
Whoa, slow down. You lost me there.
Choose 6 numbers.
6 numbers. Got it.
Check the drawing.
Whoa, how do you remember all that?
Just lucky, I guess.
Lucky for life, top prize odds, 1 in 30 million. At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people. Small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Whether you're looking for a place to stay for a concert at PBA, a Nebraska home game, or just a night on the town, the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket is the place for you. Enjoy an evening at one of many restaurants or bars within a short walking distance. Business travelers at the hotel will enjoy free high-speed internet access, a 24-hour business center, and large in-room workstations. And check out the bistro, where you'll enjoy healthier food and beverage options, as well as high-tech conveniences. Book your room today at the Courtyard Lincoln Downtown Haymarket.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, Burnt Pineapple, and Mango Tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake. Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Hay harvest is a race against time. Order a new John Deere self-propelled windrower to harvest your hay quickly and efficiently while promoting quick dry down for high-quality hay. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year. Contact your local Landmark location for full details on a new self-propelled windrower and experience the Landmark difference.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Show's just flying by. We're joined in studio by Mara and Abby. They are from UNL, and they are representing a fitness chapter called Charge.
The headsets are being uncooperative. That's
I know.
not even a rookie mistake. That's a pro mistake in the studio.
Nicole's hit
it
it in her face once.
That was a different one, but I thought I was gonna have a black eye
had
from
one
that.
upside down like this.
So you're good.
Tough. A bit of a Rubik's Cube.
It's a
those
rite
headphones.
of passage. But all headsets are on.
I've ripped one out of the thing, and so I was sitting here with the headset on, and I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah,
I was just talking because I didn't want to be like, oh, what do I got to plug this in? So it was like during a long segment where I was just sitting here and I couldn't hear everybody else, but I didn't want to be like, Harrison, what happened? I got to plug this in under here. So,
turns out you kicked it out. Kicked the plug out.
I did.
Yes.
Just kicked it right out from under the wall.
So that is headset problems.
So I think
Rite
we
of
wanted
passage.
to talk about like the biggest challenges that you two face in trying to recruit the ladies to come do
what you get, the feedback that you get, that may be the reasons why, the biggest reasons that were the barriers to keeping everyone from fitness. So kind of talk about that.
I think people are honestly just scared. I think it's intimidating, honestly, to like try out something new, especially when you have. We're all recruiting these girls, and we all love fitness. We already are always doing it, and I think it's scary for like girls to join something when they're like, "Well, I've never done that. I don't know. I don't lift like you guys." So that was definitely difficult. Was just like explaining that like it's like I have never done half the things that I planned, at all. I was like, I have no idea what's going on either. So that was probably the hardest, was just getting girls to like realize that like no one knows what's happening. It's just fun. Like no one is going to be pro.
Yeah, I feel like one of the big things that we've heard is that just they assume that everyone else knows what they're doing and they're going to be the only ones that don't. And so we really try to explain to them like we're all in this together. The whole point of this club is so that we can like build this community and experience this as a whole, not like your individual, like we all are here to support each other. And then another thing I've heard from a lot of girls is kind of what you were saying earlier, is that when girls, specifically like weightlifting, a lot of girls think that they're going to get bulky. And like, I mean, this is something me and Mara have learned. Like, this
You
is
have to
not
try
how it works.
really hard for a long time
Yeah.
for that to happen. It doesn't accidentally happen.
Yeah. And then another thing that I've heard quite a bit is just like form. They just don't know how to go about starting, because it honestly, it is super intimidating for me. Like it took years to kind of figure out what I was doing. I watched a lot of TikTok videos, YouTube videos, and like looked up how to do different exercises. I had people that would correct me. So doing something like that by yourself, going in and just seeing like all these people who you think know what they're doing, which
Right.
not everyone there knows what they're doing.
Right.
That's such
No.
a false reality. But
That's a false reality in life in general.
Yeah.
Most of us don't know what we're doing
Yeah.
ever.
So I think it just takes time to realize that not everyone there is like watching you and breaking down your every move, and that you just kind of have to learn as you go. It's not going to be a sudden, like, you'll immediately know how to do everything. That's not true for anyone,
Yeah.
but it just takes time.
Well, and if you're comfortable in that space and there's also a really good chance you're going to show up and you're going to see someone that you know, and you guys can work on something together, which is great too, because once you get into that community and you get to see those familiar faces day in and day out, then if you have a question, you don't feel alone, because you know that, okay, I've kind of talked to this person. I know they know what they're doing. You can reach out to them. So it's a very confidence building on multiple levels, physically and mentally, so you don't have to know how to do everything before you do it. There's nowhere else in our lives that we have to know how to do something before we do it.
And the older we get, the
Yeah.
more difficult it is. As I was listening to you two talk about like telling the girls, like, okay, nobody's watching you, nobody knows what they're doing. It sounded like me,
Yeah, for sure.
talking to somebody about ferals. Like,
Yeah.
nobody knew what they were doing at the beginning. Like, nobody's paying attention to you. One of our instructors, Brandy Benson, she had a good line. She was on with us. She said, the ferals is a place where nobody cares about you, but everybody cares
Yeah.
about you. Like,
Right.
nobody cares like what you're doing on the bag, because they're
Yeah.
focused on themselves. I'm sure when
Right.
you were out there working out, Mara, you're like, okay, I'm doing a jab, I'm working on my roundhouses. You're not looking across the gym. Like,
Yeah.
okay, well, what's this person doing?
Criticizing other people.
No,
Yeah.
you need to get
Right.
your hands up. Like, you're so focused on surviving
Yes.
the class that you're not paying attention to what everybody else is
Yeah,
doing.
at the end of the day,
Yes.
you're all in a weight room, or you're all
Yes.
in a kick. It's not like you're going into the grocery store and starting to do bicep curls
Right.
and then feeling
Drop it
like,
right
why
there.
is everybody
Yeah.
looking at me? And I think that we kind of forget that, because you put your real life experience into what you think is going to happen. And maybe that keeps someone out of, starting exercising, because they think that it's like doing bicep curls in the grocery store, where you're doing bicep curls in a weight room. That's what
Right.
the normal thing is to do. Nobody's going to look at you weird if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, what the room is for.
Well, and I think too, the group fitness part of it is intimidating for people, because of, like, you could just go,
If you start by yourself and you don't know anybody. And,
you're just going, I'm just going to hop on a treadmill all by myself. Like, nobody knows who I am. I'm just out there going. But when I'm in a group setting, people are looking at me, judging me. Oh my gosh, am I the most unhealthiest person in the room? There's always going to be somebody in better shape than you, and there will always be somebody in worse shape than you
Yeah.
in a room.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. Anything else, Nicole, here? Like, got any other questions, insights?
I don't think so. Just no, because I want to talk about
Oh, go ahead.
like we have time in
Yeah.
this segment to
Yeah.
talk about. So how about, what would if somebody's listening and they're a student, how do they go about kind of contacting you guys and joining and all that?
I think
What's that process?
probably the most the place that has everything all in one spot would be our Instagram,
Mhm.
just because we have all of our pictures up of all our past workouts. So I think that's one fun way for girls to see, like, oh, people are showing up to this is what they're doing. We include some videos
Mhm.
of what the workouts entail. Just, I think it helps give them a better preview of
Sure.
what exactly they're getting themselves into.
Mhm.
And then they also have, like, we have a little link in our bio that has a link to the National Charge website.
Okay.
So if they want to read more about the mission and how it started and how to become a member, that's all in there too. And so we've had some girls just like figure it out through looking on the links in there. We've had some girls DM us.
Mhm.
I have my email in that bio too. So I feel like there's a lot of different ways to get connected. They can
Yeah.
reach out to any one of us, but I think the Instagram's probably the one spot where everything is all together.
And who is like eligible to join? Is it just you have to be a student of the school, or is there anything else like requirement wise?
Yeah, because we are a University of Nebraska RSO, there's a lot of it's been a little bit weird trying to figure out how the rules align with national charge and like university policies. So you do have to be a UNL student. And obviously it's like a woman empowerment sort of fitness type club, but they do say anyone that aligns with our values can join. But we've typically, I feel like we have a lot of freshmen, sophomore, junior women in our club. We have a few seniors, but I think since a lot of us are sophomores and we've been using Greek life to kind of spread word of mouth, that's been like our big age group.
Yeah. So it's really open. I mean,
Yeah.
where you're at.
All are
and
welcome. We want everyone to kind of find
Yeah.
that community and supportive.
What's the Instagram? What's the Instagram? Like, what is it?
The
like
the
name of it.
username.
Yeah, user.
It's
the handle.
I don't do Instagram, so I would. Yeah. So what's the Instagram if they want to look you up on Instagram?
It's UNL_in charge, and charge is spelled CHAARG.
Is that an acronym for something?
Yeah, it's changing the health and actions
and attitudes.
Wait, what was it? Hold on.
That's
We
a
looked
lot.
at
Get
this.
you on the
It's a
spot
really
here.
big
one, though.
It's okay. Changing health, attitudes, and actions to recreate girls.
Yeah.
There it is.
That one's tough. That's a pretty long one.
Well, we got a
Yeah.
little bit of time here left. Kind of speaking about that, because Nicole talks about this a lot with social media. You guys kind of being part of that now. Do you notice like any trends that you think are negative or even positive ones that you do see with social media, in particular with like fitness? Because you do see a lot of that with girls, and obviously being a guy. But I do hear for girls it can be, sometimes detrimental. Just seeing all the stuff that goes up, being that perfect. Well, how do you guys kind of see that in this kind of age of social media and what you guys are doing handling fitness?
I think it's so hard as a girl in college and high school, just kind of this age being on social media because, I mean, as you know, it's very fake. And a lot of people just have this expectation that these girls, like, they need to look like these girls. And it's just not realistic. This is something I feel like even we struggle with. I think we just have to remind people that everyone's on their own journey. Everyone is in a different stage of their own life. It's really easy to get caught up in comparing yourself to other people, but I don't know. I just have to remind myself that a lot of it's not real and I'm doing the best I can, and that's all there really is. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the trends, like the fitness trends, it's like, at least especially for me, because I do so much of my phone is like fitness related. So like my For You page on TikTok and stuff is a lot of girls like working out and like what they eat in a day. And I think there are positive sides to it because it can show you like good things to put in your body or like this type of workout. But at the same time, I think it sets unrealistic expectations. So like your day should be like set so perfectly and everything you should eat should be like this. And if you're like too tired to go to the gym, like you should go anyways. Those type of things I think is just super unrealistic. And I think that's very common right now on social media, is just seeing like these perfect fitness girls who eat perfectly and then go run and then go lift later and then like go to bed at like 8. It's just that's not life.
Yeah. Especially as a college student. I mean, we all have classes and other things we're a part of. We can't like make that our number one priority every single day. It's just not.
Yeah, and usually those people are fitness trainers, so the whole day is just built on that's their job.
That's what I was gonna say. Especially when you're following, it's somebody who it is literally their job. Like, yes, good job, you met expectations of your job because this is your job. Not trying to fit it in.
Yeah, and there's always gonna be things that you can put in front of yourself, like with you two. I got school classes. I like. You have the stress and the pressure of, obviously you don't want to flunk out of college, right?
Yeah.
So you're trying to earn a degree and you're thinking about your future and what you want to do when you get out of college and all those things. And it's easy to put yourself on the back seat. And then when you get older, some wisdom for me, as you get older, then you have a job and you have kids.
It never
and
gets easier.
You have a mortgage and you have stress and you have bills, and it's so easy to put ourselves last.
Yeah, there'll never be a time where it'll be like perfect to put yourself as a priority, not even necessarily first, but just making yourself a priority.
Yes.
There's never a good time. It's just like we talk about with having had kids, where I was like, what did we do? What did we do with all of our time? What did we do with all our money
Before we had
we had kids?
We didn't have any money when we didn't have kids.
I know.
And then we have kids, and we still like.
How do we still? Yeah.
How did we not have any money
But
before
it's
children?
the same way, because it's just like you're never going to live that perfect life where everything's easy and you're appreciating all your time before it gets taken away. And so it's such a difficult thing to see constantly and try to feel like you're keeping up with. But at the same time, there's so much positivity. TikTok is not a great example. I think Instagram may be more, because I do see a lot of really good quality influencers out there putting out really good and solid information. So it is nice to have, you at least know there is a little bit of a balance. And TikTok too, but TikTok's just so much faster that you can get down in deep, dark, quick.
It's just so hard to know what's right and what's not.
But that's also why it's good to have that content, because it's as you get going now, you can probably identify a red flag immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
What
that's-
is one of those red flags that when you guys got into it, you realized like, man, that was a waste of time that I was spending so much effort on?
I did so much cardio. I think honestly, most girls, almost any girl, when they first start, it's just like you think you just have to like drink a ton of water, cut out like all the calories, and just do cardio. And like I personally did not like get in shape at all by doing that. Like that is just not
That's
what
like
happened
the worst
for
thing
me.
you can do. Like,
It is.
cut out every single thing you eat and run 10 miles a day.
Like
Here we
that
go.
was not how it worked
build
for
up
me.
your appetite
Yep.
and then tell yourself, no, you
Shrink-
can't eat any.
Yeah, shrink that stomach. Let's go.
It's complicated, because once you start strength training, you start to recognize that you need to eat better. You need to eat more. Where cardio, you're trying to think about eating less and less and less. So it's such a weird shift. But yeah, so like kind of red flags did like what's the one where you're like immediately
On social media,
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't know if I can think of one even off the top of my head.
I mean, I have seen like what I eat in a day where I'm like, there's no way.
Yeah.
Like you can tell right away if that's like either just super unhealthy or like they're lying. Like there's certain things where I'm like, there's no way that's all you ate.
It's those can be a red flag sometimes,
Yeah.
and understanding that was a plan, that was planned. This is that was content. That was
Yeah.
not someone's real life.
Yeah.
What I eat in a day is you got to have that red flag ready.
Yeah.
Because it could go really bad and you end up feeling really bad about yourself, or you get ideas, which is ultimately what a day I eat in a day should be, is just a way to crowdsource like what works for you and find that information.
And I've taken some like ideas from those things. Like I have some like my favorite snacks I've like seen other people purchase or like eat who like are super into fitness, but there's just also like the side of it where it's like that is just not enough food. Like but it's just you just have to figure it out.
I know it takes time. It's hard. So that's your answer, Harrison. We don't know.
We don't know.
We're all still trying to work on it, getting it out there. And
Yeah, I'm always anytime they guaranteed within X amount of
Oh,
days.
yeah.
So it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
how can you guarantee it when everyone's got a different genetic makeup?
I know. Yeah.
You know, especially if it involves starving yourself. It's like, well, yeah, it's probably pretty easy
Yeah.
to lose 15 pounds.
I think you definitely have to have a critical mind when you're consuming that content, because it just can
Do
be.
you get any ladies that join and they do a couple workouts and they're like, what? I'm not seeing any difference. Like, was I supposed to
Probably
be
not, because this is
losing
more-
weight here? Or
Yeah.
like, because that's what we see. Like people
I
work
know.
out for a week and they're like, why haven't I lost 40
Yeah,
pounds?
I know.
Well, because it
Yeah.
takes time, right?
Yeah.
Consistency is a big thing.
Which is great as the chapter continues to
Yeah,
grow
yeah.
too. And you have, years and years. That'll be great when you have, people recruiting and they've been in it for a couple years. That'll be
So
great.
do you do any more? I know because you try to do a workout every Wednesday. Do you have any like little challenges that you do? Like we call them fit challenges, where like, oh, you want to try to do this every day or walk 20 minutes or anything like that you do outside of just the Wednesday workouts?
I mean, kind of going with that, we do small groups. So each exec member is the leader of a small group, and we all have like a different day and time of the week that we host them. And it's kind of to help build that community and have a way for girls to make more personal connections within that. And I think that's probably our way that we best, like, I like to send out little things to my small group, like let's all set one goal for the week and then all like hold each other accountable,
Yeah.
or let's all just kind of what you were saying, just little goals and things to help follow throughout the week.
Accountability kind of for everybody.
Yeah.
Because like
Good.
what you don't want is for them to work out, like they come and work out at Farrell's on Wednesday, and then a week goes by and everybody just eats what they want. And they just don't exercise.
Right.
And then you roll in to do a spin class the following Wednesday, and you're like, this is so hard. Like,
Right.
because you haven't been doing anything
That's
for a
because
week.
you're thinking of the mind of a gym owner,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, of an actual
Yes.
like gym owner. Where
Yes.
I don't think people are joining charge because they're looking to like have this transform, like our 10-week challenge,
Right,
where we have
right.
people, you know, trying to get their best results with it. It's more than that. You guys, what your guys are doing is more than that. It's exposure, it's the community, stuff like that. So it's, I don't know. Hopefully the expectations are a little bit different in
Well, you never
charge
know.
than,
Yeah.
that's your experience that you're kind of coming that from.
Yeah. All right.
I
Well, we're
know.
going to take our last break, and we'll come back and wrap up with these two ladies here in just a few minutes. So don't go anywhere. 93.7 The Ticket on the Fitness Fanatics.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln and across Nebraska by offering a number of services. From group homes to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the support that allows people to live fulfilling lives. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a rewarding career supporting people with developmental disabilities, you can check out open positions along with learning more about services at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices. You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Welcome to Sue's Frame Shop.
Yes. Can you frame these, please?
These are Nebraska Lottery Holiday Classic Scratch tickets.
I know. Isn't the classic Christmas artwork on them just charming? Now, be sure not to smudge it when you frame them.
But if you scratch them and enter non-winning tickets online, you could win up to $20,000.
Give me those. Here's a quarter. Let's start scratching.
Promotion ends January 3rd, 2024. Top prize odds vary by game.
You play Lucky for life, don't you?
Yeah, love it. Chance to win $1,000 a day for the rest of my life.
How does it work?
Choose 6 numbers and buy a ticket.
Then what?
Check your numbers after the nightly drawing to see if you've won.
Whoa, slow down. You lost me there.
Choose 6 numbers.
6 numbers. Got it.
Check the drawing.
Whoa, how do you remember all that?
Just lucky, I guess.
Lucky for life, top prize odds, 1 in 30 million.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Attack, which is an exciting pre-workout for athletes and gym enthusiasts who want the most out of their workouts. Attack can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Remember, when you want results, the solution is simple. Nutrition Authority. Stop in or check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
Power Combo BOGO? Huh?
Yes, if you purchase an air conditioner, you receive a furnace completely free. At John Henry's, our professionals want to ensure you are comfortable in your home all year long, no matter what Nebraska has to throw at us. Call today to schedule your free estimate and learn more about the free furnace waiting for you. Give John Henry's a call today.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing. Heating and air.
And electrical.
Brown Shoe Fit has all types of shoes for you to excel this fall. Check out their large variety of tennis shoes and dress shoes in brands like Brooks, Hoka, Merrell, On, and many more. Browns has the local professionals to get the proper fit, aided by their high-tech foot scanner by Aetrex. Stop by Brown Shoe Fit today, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln, or check out their options online at brownshoefitco.com. Fall has arrived, and it's the perfect weather for the DIY market to listen to the game while building a deck. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and Decorators composite decking. They offer advice from real deck professionals to give you proper guidance and to make your project go smoothly. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671 or go online to deckcityne.com.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
Celebrate Thanksgiving this year with Venue Restaurant and Lounge and Venue at Home with our Thanksgiving to-go meal packages. Our packages include sliced turkey breasts and roasted gravy, herb stuffing, Yukon Gold mashed potatoes, a harvest salad, and more, with add-on options to upgrade your feast, including smoked ham, prime rib, sides, appetizers, and desserts. You choose delivery right to your home or pick up at our Venue at Home storefront. Order today at holidaysbyvenue.net. That's holidaysbyvenue.net.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment here on the Fitness Fanatics. Just want to get a few parting shots from our two guests here. Abby, what's some advice for our listeners out there if they're struggling figuring out what to do? They're just like, I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm in good shape, but I don't want to join a gym. Or what's some advice that you can give to people out there that are looking to get started with their health and fitness journey?
I know I feel like this sounds kind of silly, but I feel like the best thing you can do for yourself is to just start. Everyone starts somewhere. Like for me personally, I started with just doing cardio, and then I kind of like learned more from there and became more confident in other areas. So I think if it just means like going on a walk or what's something easy? I mean,
yoga,
yeah,
stretching,
just doing something
moving.
small. I think baby steps, and then as you start to go on, you'll start to realize that like it's not as bad and scary as you think it is, and you just gotta do it.
Yep. What about you?
I think
Mara?
I would say first, definitely focus on what you're eating, because I feel like a lot of people commit to a workout, but just like kind of forget about the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then just be consistent. Like even if you're doing a tiny workout, as long as you're consistent, eventually like you'll start to love it. Like I do believe like if you are consistent, like you become more confident and you'll love it. And then from there it just gets easier.
Yeah.
Consistency's a good one. Yeah.
And there are a lot of resources, like you were talking about yoga. I mean, you can just find YouTube videos. I mean, there's so many, so you could definitely just utilize YouTube and find something that looks fun and try it out and then see where it goes.
Yeah, I
That's a
think
good
the
one.
key is finding something you enjoy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then same with like foods, find healthy foods that you enjoy.
Or something you're good at, because
Yeah.
sometimes if you're really good at something, it's like you said, it's going to build your confidence, and then you're going to want to think, okay, now what can I do? Now what should I try? I think that's important too. We were kind of, dogging on cardio a couple times, but it is a great way to start.
Right.
So there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with
No.
starting, being intimidated and just wanting to be comfortable in the gym and starting on a treadmill. There's definitely nothing wrong with that, but
Because it is easy to
Totally.
not anybody, but most people can go on a walk.
Yeah. Yep.
Like you don't have to pay for it. You
Mhm.
just get
Yep.
out of your house
Yeah.
and just walk around the block, and then gradually make your walks a little bit longer. You're getting some sunshine and you're going to feel better about yourself. But the key
Mhm.
is whatever you're doing is consistency.
Yep.
Most of us didn't get to look and feel how we look and feel after one day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
it took longer to get there. And so it's going to take even longer to undo all that.
Mhm.
But it's just about creating,
Starting,
starting
too. That was-
and
Just
and
start.
good habits
Yep.
and really paying attention. Well, we're getting the music
Yep.
to end. So thank you two for coming in. taking your
Thank you,
time out on a
guys.
Sunday, getting up early on the weekend to come in and join us. We really appreciate it. Hopefully, we'll see you back at our gym for some more group classes down the road. Everybody have a great week. We'll be back in studio next week with you on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.